Yo, y'all already know what it is. What's good with y'all? Y'all decent? Okay. Finna knock out these readings real quick. Okay? Bet. This grand tableau is already separated. So, shit, we might as well fuck with the grand tableau. Well, the majors is already separated. So we might as well run a grand tableau real quick. Alright. Messages for the collective. Messages for the collective. This is now is the time to be working on your physical strength as well as inner strength. This season is all about you triumphing over hardship, you triumphing over pure evil. The only force and or one who can defeat evil. You could have lost everything or lost a lot, given up a lot, cut off a lot. This last cycle, you could have felt cut off from your power, cut off from your energy, your inner strength, or there's entities or deities that you work with, right? And those, you felt that the connection was cut. You felt that your dig was cut, your connection with them was cut. This whole cycle is about strong cutoffs and sacrifices. You've made the ultimate sacrifices. You have nothing else to give, nothing else to offer, nothing else to cut off. You cutting off everyone and everything, or making some radical changes pertaining to your ideology, your beliefs, your for some of you all, you look like you're not aging at all. Some of you all look like some of you all actually found the Philosopher's Stone, the keys to immortality, the fountain of youth, and others are just like radiant, beautiful. The energy and or aura that you give off is crazy. But yeah, strong cutoffs. There's things that you've given up, things that you've offered, things that and it's changed your perspective. Like since you've been to and through this, it's changed how you look on things, as well as you could have had to do this because you're chosen, because you're a messiah figure. You could have had people trying to take your life multiple times, and you've beat death multiple times. There's individuals who are wondering how. They thought they had you cornered. They were convinced that their tactics was going to work, but it was to no avail. There's someone who's looking for you or searching for you. This mysterious woman who's looking for you and or searching for you. You could have been hidden in the shadows. You could be well versed yourself when it comes to practice, like when it comes to you either being a practitioner, a high priestess, or an initiate. Being between both worlds, knowing the knowledge, holding the keys. So they basically thought that they had a sucker. are the type of individual who don't have to look outside for anything. You don't have to go externally for anything. Look outside of yourself for anything. You could be self-sufficient. An individual who's capable of handling things on their own. All right, so it's your time. Shit. Yeah, no, you've been ordained. You're an elder, a pope, a high father, fathers of fathers. Like the time is now. You could have been hidden in plain sight, what some individuals call a sleeper cell, to where certain things that's within your being is dormant to a specific certain time, or predicated upon conditions and conditioning. Like, say for instance, a lot of enlightenment, or a lot of paths to enlightenment comes through suffering. So you could have been put through a strenuous situation and it forced the box open, or it forced all your codes to come on. Yeah, let me show you this real quick. This shit lit. You got the Hierophant, the Emperor, Destiny, or the Wheel of Fortune, the World, and Truth. The world will know your name. The world's going to know that who you are is who you say you are, and that you were brought here to make a change to this world. It is your destiny to do so. It is fate for you to do so. Other individuals could be looking at you like you're lucky at this time, or they're looking at you like you're lucky to be put in the position that you're in. Your spiritual rank is the top. Your top level, top tier, and some individuals could be trying to outrank you, but they can't. Let's keep on. They could have thought you were a fool because you were talking figures that no one's ever talked before, no one's ever heard before, because they have small minds. You were speaking grandiose plans with small-minded individuals. So of course they weren't going to perceive what you were saying to be actual, or something that you can actually bring into this world, especially when individuals haven't brought nothing here themselves. No materializations, no crystallizations, no manifestations. You know what I'm saying? Femifestation is first, the inner. It felt good, my bad. The inner state of things, femifestation, brings forth the manifestation. First dimension, second dimension, it's written or drawn out. Third dimension, you see it in front of you. That's the only way that things are brought into this reality. You can't bring things into this reality unless you follow those steps. Anything that you could think of came through those 3 steps. First, it was thought about. It was an idea. The mind is all, and the universe is mental. Then it was drawn or written out. Write the vision and make it plain, and then you can see it. 3 steps of manifestation you have mastered for sure, for sure. Your timing could be divine timing, perfect timing, right on time. Other individuals could look at this like you took too long to get something done. No, it wasn't that. You had to see some shit first. Universe had confirmation. Universe had to show you some shit first. You had to be put on some trials first and see who the fuck you had around you before you had, bust the moves that you said you was finna bust. Because there was a lot of things that you felt as though you were gonna bring to not even the table, but to the community, to the individuals that you felt as though had your best interests or that you loved the most. But these individuals didn't do the work. There's a woman who's trying to stop you from coming into a union or finding true love. Every time you get into a connection, this mother figure and or empress. She could be led or you have the empress, you have the stars, and you have the hierophant. That's an Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? That's an Aquarius that you've known since you were a child, who's been blocking love for you purposely because they want you for themselves. But that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna stop shit. You just needed to see what you needed to see. You know what I'm saying? They could have thought that they had some type of control over you in your life, but they don't. Not at all. You've unlocked something very old. You're something very old. Your being is extremely old, so therefore you can't be sunned. No one can sun you. On knowledge based, on information based, none of that shit. There's individuals who are confirmation. You could be dealing with a lot of individuals who are practicing deceptive forms of magic, black magic, mind manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to categorize these things under the same umbrella, but there's clearly a light and dark side to this shit. The light is going against the dark on this is spirituality. Welcome to it. You know, when the people in Zion didn't know that they were unplugging themselves and becoming a part of a war, same concept. You didn't know by accepting your role, becoming who you were supposed to be, you were plugging yourself on to the side of a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? You versus the light versus the dark. You know what I'm saying? You get front row seats. Everybody else do too, though. But you're about to get ready to shine, and it's gonna come at the most craziest moment. Not only will you shine, riches and wealth untold. I see a mansion, fine vehicles with an S. You need to change the way that you're moving. That's no longer gonna work for you because you're a star. You could have always been a star since a child, or you could have been an angel since a child, or a walk-in, and you were living to human standards. And now you're realizing that that's not gonna work for you. That's why things could be delayed or held up or whatever the case may be. But you can no longer move like that. I think this should be to your benefit, though. For sure, for sure. You have an authority figure and or a father who's thinking about all that they've lost and feeling foolish about it because they could have let themselves be overtaken by evil forces and or demons. They're trying to find their way back into your good graces, making change of perspective. You could have made choices, or there's some critical choices and decisions that these individuals that you cut off need to make, and make it very quickly, because you ain't playing no games, and they know it. When it comes to your goals, you don't speak on them like that, because you've realized and known that once you speak on your goals to other people, these people that you were trying to share your dreams and ambitions with, they didn't have your best interests at heart. These motherfuckers was your strongest enemies, your biggest haters. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers didn't want you to get out of the situation that they're stuck in. You're not stuck. You were trying to help and assist individuals that didn't want your help or assistance, because for some of you, they were blind to the Harriet Tubman, alright? Because we wasn't there, so we don't fucking know, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that motherfuckers taught us and shit in school was not factual at all, you know? But Harriet Tubman said she would have freed more slaves if they would have known that they were slaves. Most of these people are complacent with their misery. They're complacent with their being sleep, or complacent with being your opposition, wanting to be the reason you fail, but failing miserably at it. You're having a lot of dreams. You could be a master of dreams. You could be an individual. Master your fears. Conquer your fears. Control the illusion. You're learning how to control the illusion. You're an individual who's moving shit. You moving shit with your mind, moving shit with your hands. You getting into telepathy. You getting into your telekinesis. You accessing your powers that people said were fake, false, or unactual. That couldn't be actualized. You legit. Too legit to quit. I hope I helped.